Right, day 2 of trying to get Custard running. It's been a week. I've done a few things over the week, to be fair. I pulled the fuel tank out because it had all this, like, treacle's the wrong word because it was a bit thicker than that, but it had this gunk built up in the fuel pickup. It was all over the fuel tank as well, so a couple of dishwasher tablets, a load of water, about 15 litres of water, and what was left of a tin of thinners. Left it all day, and I told everyone here, every time you walk past it, just give it a little kick. It was all sloshing around, all this like scum floating around on top. Drain that out, and promise you'll work the treat. The tank is it's not mint, but it's mint enough. So that's got to go back in the van. That's just 6 bolts and a couple of pipes. That's nice and easy. End of the day last week, I drained what was in the tank. I dropped the oil, which was it's thicker than I thought. It took a long time for it. It wasn't like jelly like you see on some videos, but it was thick. So drained that out. Put in 5 litres of oil mixed with 2.5 litres of what was left in the tank, just to thin it out a bit. And the more I've cranked it this week, the more I've tried to start it on easy start, the closer it's been getting, but it still doesn't start. So today I'm going to take the intake manifold off. So the intake manifold's going to come off. It's just a handful of Torx screws. I think there's a 10mm down the back there as well. Already had it off once this week. I'm going to pull the glow plugs out, do a compression test. Depending on the results of the compression test will determine where we go from there. If the compression test is a bit weak, then I might just chuck some thinners down there, leave it for a few hours, suck it out, and then we'll try with the easy start again. Because I wonder how much of that gunk has got into the engine. Obviously you've got the filter and the pump and everything in the way. And then once we can get it going on easy start, then we can see what the condition of the pump and the injectors are. If they've had this fuel left in it, soak in, then who knows. So yeah, that's. I'm gonna make a cup of tea. I'm gonna have a cup of tea first, and then I'm gonna get cracking on that. Right, manifold is off. As you can see, I have actually had a bit of a clean up in here, but there's a lot of carbon build up on the injectors. I'll scrape all that crap off, which is quite common on these engines. Injector seals, we've done a lot of them. I'm not going to pull the injectors just yet, partly because I don't know if I need them. I might have to replace them anyway, and partly because the bolts that clamp them down, you can just see one there, they are stretch bolts and you can only use them once or they will probably snap, and I don't want to do that. So glow plugs, it's going to be very hard to show you. Here's one that I've undone earlier. There's a glow plug right down in there. They are a little bit buried but fairly accessible. I actually have these really cool glow plug sockets, so I'm going to get some extensions, get down in there, and fingers crossed they all come undone and they don't snap. Right, glow plugs are all out. They all look pretty new, to be fair. Engine K as well, so good brand. I have tested these all with the jump pack and they're all fine, so save me some money on not having to buy glow plugs. Next step, this is part of the compression tester kit. So this is going to basically replace the glow plug. So I'm going to screw that in with the glow plug hole, and then there's the pressure gauge, which I'll show you. Here it is, pressure gauge. That clips on there like so. Should be easy enough to get on, should be a pain to get off, I would imagine, because access in there. But I can then crank the engine over a few times and we'll see what compression we got. I've got to do it on all 4 cylinders, so fingers crossed they're all pretty much the same. We'll see. So this is definitely not great. So compression should be kind of 300 to 500 psi. We are kind of hovering around the 200, just over. I'd say it's probably enough to run, but yeah, cylinder 4 that we're on now that is nowhere near enough. So I need to find out whether this is top end, bottom end, what we're going to do from here. I've got a few ideas, mostly involving thinners, weirdly. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to now take this setup off. I'm going to put just a little bit of oil down in the bore and do another compression test, basically repeat the test. If we see a higher compression, then we know the problem is to do with the bottom end. Maybe piston rings are a bit gummed up. The more I've been running this week, the faster it's been cranking over, which maybe or may not be a good thing, I suppose. But it also may be the fact that because I put the thinner oil in, it's circulating better, cleaning some stuff out. But I'm interested to know what this is like. So you may have noticed I've also taken the air filter out earlier. Let me just show you one of my concerns. That was the air filter. I'm not going to touch it because it's grim, but only half of it is there. So part of me I'm wondering whether, obviously, if it's been someone's previous owners attempted to start this and not undone the intake pipe like I did to eliminate the air filter, it could have sucked a load of that in. That could be sitting in the turbo. Some of it may have got through, got to the intercooler. On the off chance some of it's got through even further from there, this could be sitting on valves, so it could be stopping valves from shutting. So next thing I think I'm going to do is, I'm gonna drop some oil in and let's repeat the test. Okay, so this bit's good, sort of, in a weird kind of way. This clearly shows that the problem is bottom end, probably piston ring. Well, the only thing it can be is piston rings. If there's a hole in the piston, the oil wouldn't help. So again, the compression's not 100% what I'd like, but it's not far off. Considering how long this thing sat for, the state of the fuel, the stuff that I scraped out the filter. I've got some thinners on the way, acetone thinners. I'm gonna just put a little bit in each bore. I'm probably, just because what's the worst that could happen, I'm going to put a little bit in each cylinder as well, just to sit on top of the intake valves over the next, well, basically overnight. Then tomorrow I'll come in, I'll crank the thing over, get rid of all the thinners, and then to be honest, I'll probably just do another compression test. And it'll be interesting to see what how the results change on each cylinder. And hopefully if we can get the compression back, put the manifold on, it might start. So I think it's kind of all I can do for now. I think if I can get all the cylinders up to, if I can get up to about 300, it should be fine. It should start from there. I don't want to put too much money in this until I've tested the gearbox, so I'm a bit reluctant to spend any money on anything with it until the engine runs. So again, it should really run on 3 cylinders. I'm not convinced this is the only issue, but certainly a good starting point. So, I'll come back to you tomorrow. Morning, folks. It is early. Come in early. I basically left the thinners in the engine over the weekend. I was going to come in yesterday, but couldn't be bothered. So I thought, hey, let's leave it for another day. What's the worst that could happen? So, plan this morning, I'm going to suck all of the thinners out with my sucky pump and then repeat the compression test. I have no idea what the results are going to be. There is stuff you can get, like sea foam and other things. Some people say about using ATF, which I've tried before and actually didn't work for me, to be fair. But yeah, I'm going to suck out the thinners, do another compression test, let's compare the results. Right, now before I reveal the results of cylinder 4, just remember that we had zero compression on this cylinder, absolutely zilch. When I put a little bit of oil in, it came up a little bit. The results from cylinder 4 are very interesting. It has literally gained all of its compression back, which I never thought would happen. I thought it would have a bit, it would be okay, but it would be low. So yes, answer the question. Yes, you can use thinners to increase the compression ratio of an engine. It stinks in here, and I have had to mop the floor because I've made quite a bit of a mess. So I think what I need to do now is chuck the glow plugs back in, chuck the manifold back on. Let's see if she starts. Okay, moment of truth. Bit of easy start. There's not a lot left in this can, and it's the only one I got. Got a squirt. Oh, genuinely a bit nervous about this one. I've done this lots recently, hoping it'll start. Oh, that was close. That was close. Still choking on it a bit, but after the choke, it does sound like it's trying to go. Maybe that was a bit much. Okay, I'll do it from here. Look for glow plugs. What I might do next actually is put it in the pipe behind, which is absolutely covered in crap. I'll give it a generous squirting in there so it can pick up on it. Well, that'll sit on there. Let's see if that makes any difference whatsoever. So it's now picking up from, I suppose, from the intercooler. Oh, that was so close. Right, one more go. That even picked up RPM. Oh, we are so close. Yeah, I think next steps, I need to do the water pump. Water pump's pouring water out. So while we're in there, fuel pump's not that expensive, so I might just replace that anyway. I've got to do all the fuel lines, so I might just do the fuel pump anyway. And possibly, I think I can afford injectors, all of them, but I could probably send them away for testing and cleaning. Oh man, this sucks. Yeah, so look out for part 3, which is probably going to be fuel system. It's the only other thing left, really. I don't know why it's not firing on the easy start. It's definitely getting better. But yeah, this video we've managed to raise compression. Yeah, I mean, we've not just raised compression, we've gained all of it back. I mean, it was really, yeah, I wasn't expecting that. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.